The view from Glan Conwy is absolutely stunning. Hey everyone, G Loves Trains here and welcome to Exploring North Wales by Train Day 2. I've just come from an overnight stay at Llandudno Glan Conwy Premier Inn, and as the River Conwy runs alongside us, I will be heading down the Conwy Valley line, visiting Tal-y-cafn, Glan Conwy, North Llanrwst, Dolgarrog and Llanrwst. Yep, it is a heavy request stop slash dodgy station kind of a day. And funnily enough, this is actually my second take at making this vlog, because the first time I came to do it, all the trains were cancelled. So hopefully we get better luck. Because I am jumping back forth along the line, as in I'm going along 2 stops, then back 1 stop, I did get a North Wales Day Ranger. It is a 2-zone one, and you are best getting these from a TFW station. I'm on 152.51. There was a massive jump down from the train onto the platform then, which is why there is a Harrington hump down there. There's also an abandoned platform across there, but it's got a bench on it, and I would really love to go and sit on that bench. There's also a bench here, and these benches are really lovely with the name of the station imprinted on them. And when the train was leaving, it had to wait, and there's a massive sign there saying this, for a hand signal before it could go. I think there's a crossing there. It's still very dark at the moment. Tal-y-cafn is a request stop. Do make sure you request it, otherwise the train will not stop for you. It's got 1 platform and TFW trains. I've never seen a shelter that looks like this before. It's got a wooden plank as the floor, a phone, but, and this is the odd thing, a deck chair. A deck chair in a shelter. I never thought I'd see that day. I was just walking along this road to try and get a glimpse of the River Conwy, but I've stopped and turned back now because it's still only just becoming light and it seems very dangerous to walk down there. I'm trying the other way from the station, and already I feel a lot safer because there's a pavement and there is a great view from here. I've got practically 2 hours before the next train, so I'm just going to spend it walking around. There are these birds round here, and initially they look like chickens, but then they fly away and you realise it's a massive orange bird. I have never seen these birds before, I don't know what they are. (152.51) has brought me to Glan Conwy. I was wondering, is it the same train I'm going to be riding all day? I'm not sure, but we will find out. Anyways, would you look at this? Ah, look at that flowing water! And as for the station itself, it is a request stop. It's got 1 platform, and Glan Conwy is run by TFW trains. That must be the North Wales coastline in the distance, because that's totally an Avanti West Coast Super Voyager, isn't it? It's freaking freezing, but honestly, I can't get over the view. This might be the best view I've ever seen from a train station. I always find it rather surprising when request stops have dot matrix screens, but there's one here. And there's also a shelter which doesn't have a seat, but there is one of those funky benches with the station name on it again. Pan Radishi in Glan Conwy Radishi Roish Knickers Irish Pen Radishi Roish Knickers Irish Pen Radishi Roish Knickers Irish Pen Pan Radishi in Glan Conwy Radishi Roish Knickers Irish Pen Radishi Griffy BBS Squishy. So it turns out it is the same train, the red 150 251, and I'm gonna warm up for a bit and have a wee. I'm at, again, another request stop, North Llanrwst, and when I stepped off the train I was so happy because we've got an undercover shelter with a huge bench and a Welsh dragon. To get out the station you do have to cross over a Barrow crossing, and there is a lot to look at here. Also there's a signal box there, and the driver just did a key changeover because we were in single track, right? And now it's a double track within the station because it's got 2 platforms, and then it's going back into single track right there. And TFW trains run here. It is lovely to admire the mountainy hilly thing in the distance over there, and it is quite a pretty station. I've got over an hour here and I'm basically just gonna cross the platform. That would make such a good photo if I could go and sit over there on that bench and then have somebody here taking the photo. And oh my days, there's flowing water here. The next train is incoming. The person down there is sticking their hand out as well, but so am I. And I wonder what it is. 150 251? Would you fancy that? Just had to request Dolgarrog, and I love doing request stops now, but there is still always that moment of panic because it took a while for that conductor to come down ticket check, and I honestly thought I was going to end up passing Dolgarrog before I had a chance to even request it. But it's all good, we're here. Dolgarrog is a really modern small station. It's got 1 platform and Transport for Wales trains call here, and it's a request stop. And is this the route of the fancy benches or something? Because there is another one here. Happy days, we have got a new TFW shelter here. In fact, this whole station looks kind of new, doesn't it? And there is a Barrow crossing down here which I am going to just cross for the fun of it. The station does pretty much seem to be in the middle of nowhere. It is surrounded by trees and hills and countryside views, though there is a main road also running there, which means there's a lot of traffic noise, and there's also a person standing over there who I saw standing there when the train was coming in. Not entirely sure what they're doing. Anyways. This is a beautiful area, and I have warmed up clambering up this hill. I was on the search for an overlooking view, but the thing is, it's difficult to get yourself above the trees. I'm back on, of course, 15251. I'm getting to know this train quite well today, and it's now got a leaking tap in the toilet. I've just noticed signal box is abbreviated to SB, and you know what else is abbreviated to SB, right? Llanrwst is a Transport for Wales station, and it's got 1 platform. It's also one of the very few stops along this route that you don't have to request. Do you know what I have noticed as well? It is a lot quieter here. We must have moved away from that Llanrwst road with all the traffic noise, because now you can just hear the birds tweeting. Llanrwst, and it's always fun to pronounce Welsh words that start with a double L. You'll find another one of these benches. We've got a modern shelter, a bit of litter on the floor. I'm just crossing over this good looking bridge over the River Conwy, of course, and it is a road bridge, so you have to sort of like duck into these triangle-y bits when there's a car coming. I mean, I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but it's what I figured out is best to do. I was just giving Llanrwst a scan on maps, and at the very last moment I saw that there is, and I'm currently standing within it, a stone circle. I don't think I have ever seen a stone circle before. In real life, that is. Obviously I've seen one on the telly. I could actually spend a long time here. It is great to somewhat be able to walk right next to the river. The train I've been riding on, it did get delayed at one point, which obviously staggered on throughout the day, but it is on the catch up now, so should be back on time. And the services along this route aren't that frequent. However, that does mean that all the stations I've been to and the trains I've been on, should I say, the one train, but the services have been really quiet. Thanks for watching. Bye-y byes. Oh, I want to stroke that pussy. Oh, it's having a wee.